Hey everyone, hope everyone's having a good day. This is going to be, oh, text message, alright, it went away. Vlog number two. I know some people came onto my page from last night when I did a pearl party with Tanya. We were selling the Ribbon of Hope bracelets from her line because some of the profits of that do go to cancer research. So I went on there and did a little live with her, which, oh my god, I was exhausted after because it was 4 hours sitting in a chair. Let's see, have some updates to go over. And yes, I have my trusty water. So today I have an appointment with my primary care. The anxiety meds that I'm normally on aren't cutting it, and neither is my sleeping meds. We kind of had gone down on the dosage and changed them because my life had kind of evened out, and I didn't really feel like I needed to be on such a strong medication anymore. That has changed, and it would be great if I could, feel that nice, relaxed feeling and not feel on the verge of a panic attack a lot of the days. So that's getting done today. And then tomorrow, I'm getting my MedPort put in. You have to be put under to do that. And what that basically is, if you don't know, your chemo really needs to go into a large vein, because if it goes into one of the small ones, it can cause a lot of pain, and it really needs to get into one that can circulate through the body. So they put a port in that goes directly into one of your large veins, and that stays in the entire time you're doing chemo. So that's happening tomorrow. And then, let's see, I have an echocardiogram. If you're going through any of this, if you are been diagnosed with any kind of illness or anything like that, you need to get you a daily planner. I know everyone has iPhones and stuff like that. I am still old school. I need to write stuff down, and this lets me put everything I need to because it's large enough. My girl got it for me. Very sweet. She got this for me when I was sort of unique, but now it's kind of turned into a Macanta book. Let's see, it has very large areas where you can write everything down. So I have an echocardiogram on Monday to see how my ticker's doing before we start this chemo. Then a 10:45 chemo class on Tuesday. Yes, there is a class for chemotherapy. Should be interesting. My mom and Jada will be going with me because my brain's all over the place. You get chemo brain when you start it, but I think I feel like I already have it. I just can't. So much going on. It's like my brain's just pushing out information. It's like I don't have enough room. And then therapy on Wednesday, and then my very first chemo is going to start next Thursday, the 27th. So, it kind of feels, my first vlog I was freaking out, kind of upset because it felt like it was taking too long, and things weren't moving along, and I hadn't heard anything from anybody. Strangely enough, I got a call right after I did that vlog from my doctor setting all this stuff up. But now it's like I want it to start so I can start killing this thing and get it out of me, but at the same time I'm terrified. The effects of chemo are not appealing. You can get of course, nausea, fatigue, diarrhea, which no one likes to talk about unless you're in a Crohn's colitis support group, and then we talk about it all the time and have little funny things about it because you gotta laugh to be able to get through things. You can get mouth sores, throat sores, hair's gonna fall out, just a lot of unpleasant side effects, but it's got to be extreme to get this done, and we're just really gonna hope that it does work and it does start shrinking this, because it's fairly large, and it has, thank God, not metastasized to any other organs, but it has spread into my lymph nodes, so we want to nip that in the bud. So this will be the start of my first 4 months before I do my bilateral mastectomy. Should be in December, January-ish, when we get that scheduled. Then today, when you get diagnosed, they give you this big like plastic like folder, all these pamphlets in it and all kinds of stuff. And normally I'm the type of person, I want all the information. I have to understand what's going on so that it helps with my anxiety. If I understand it, then I'm less likely to freak out about it. And so normally when I get stuff like that, you know, with my Crohn's or with my fibro or anything like that, I've always kind of like ate up that information and read it as soon as possible. I'm so sorry, I fidget a lot when I'm talking. But this one I haven't really wanted to. I've kind of gone at my own pace, which, you know, my nurse navigator told me to do. Her name is Kathy. She's phenomenal. But it's kind of been, you know, not wanting to read any of it. And then today I'm deciding I'm going to be reading this one, Radiation Therapy. We didn't think I was going to be doing radiation therapy, but it's now going to be part of it after my surgery. So I'm going to get that done today. And then a lovely woman that has been a customer with Jada. She's, you know, done her pools and stuff like that through her company. Gave me this, Living Through Breast Cancer, Faith, Hope, and Laughter by Laura Jensen Walker. So I'm going to be reading some of this if I can sit myself still long enough. She did go out, Jada went out and got me the most awesome journal to start journaling. It says Make Things Happen. Isn't that cute? It's all gold. I love it. It looks like Kate Spade stuff, but it's not. But I love this. Love this. I can't wait. I got a binder going. This is Cancer Binder. And I highly recommend doing this. You know, you need to get all of your information in one spot. And it took me until I was, you know, in my 30s to realize it helps to write down a medication list and surgery list, so you're not constantly writing that crap down at every doctor's appointment you go to, because especially I have arthritis in my hands, and those forms, I mean, it's like they want to know your entire life history, like what exact time did you come out of your mom's womb, how did you feel about it, you know, things like that. So we got this going with a nice little tabs. See the tabs. Mine personally, you know, we have the doctor's info, all their addresses, phone numbers, fax numbers, my medication lists. Ask for copies of all of your imaging that's been done. So I have my PET scan information, my pathology report. I even went with a rundown of all my doctor's appointments that I've had and what they were about. Things like that. Putting in, you know, page protectors because I'm a geek like that. And then I have my lovely little spiral that we kind of jot questions down and stuff like that. If y'all can tell, that is Jada's writing. That's not my writing. Love my girl, but it's chicken scratch to write down, and then I can uniformly like put it into what I need, because I am OCD and I have to have it all nice and neat and pretty. But you know, here's the other ones that you get. You get one about chemotherapy, nutrition, because apparently people are going to be having to force me to eat after this happens, because I'm not going to want to, but hey, side effect, weight loss, whatever. So much stuff that they, you know, give you. There's even a community of young cancer survivors, and a magazine. Did y'all know there was a magazine for people with cancer? I had no idea. Had no idea. And then, you know, some basics to go through. But, you know, it's a lot of information. It can be very overwhelming. Especially when you don't feel like you're really retaining anything at the moment. But having this, you know, kind of organized helps me have some order and feel like I have some control. And then sweet baby William got me a special pen. If you can't tell, that right there is an arrow. I'm loving the arrow right now because, you know, it means, you know, constantly moving forward. So that's a symbol that I'm loving right now. But you know, it's a lot. If you don't know about my life, me and Jada we've known each other for 12 years, and we've been in a relationship for 2.5 years now. She has 2 adopted children. Her ex-wife had adopted them, and then when she got with her, they were together for 7 years. Jada also adopted them. And there's Sheena, who is now 19, and there's William, who is 17. He turns 18 and she turns 20 at the end of this year. And then I have my daughter, who is 12, Bailey. She just turned 12. I just turned 34 in May. And, you know, Sheena went out to try and see about living on her own, and she decided she needs to come back home and kind of regroup. So we've got all the babies under the roof now. We had a roommate that was renting out a room that randomly decided last week that she was going to move out with a week's notice. That's been a little trying because that's a chunk of money out of our finances we weren't expecting. And it's not like we're going to go find another roommate. You know, hey, come live with us. There might be some crying. There's going to be some throwing up sounds through the house, you know. My mom's going to be here a lot taking care of me and my friends, taking shifts and stuff, but you get a room. Like, you know, no. It's going to be hard enough to make sure that the house is clean and that we're not bringing any infections in and stuff like that without bringing somebody else in. So we're kind of having to rearrange things. Kind of, you know, there's always that cliched thing, when it rains it pours, and it's always kind of true. And I've always noticed that if one aspect of your life is going really well, there tends to be the other one that kind of falls down. Normally it's work and relationship. Normally if your relationship's going really good, then you start having ridiculous, stupid stuff start happening at work. Or if your work's going really great, your relationship is suffering, and vice versa. And because, you know, we'll never get to live a perfect life, which we wouldn't want to, because, you know, that's quite boring. I can't say I have ever been bored throughout my life. I've had a lot of trials and tribulations. It's a lot that were self-caused back in my early days. But, you know, it makes us who we are. And it kind of feels, I've never been one to say that things happen for a reason and stuff, but it kind of feels like I've gone through all this to make sure that I was strong enough to take this on. Which you start to wonder if you are. You start to self-doubt. You know, is it like, am I really as strong as everyone thinks I am? Is it just like a persona or something that I give off? I've always been told I'm intimidating. I feel that that's more of my RBF, if y'all don't, resting bitch face, that I inherited from my mother, than anything else. But I've always been kind of told that, and I don't know, it's just kind of a, it's like a new, how do I explain this? It's like a new skin, you know, it's like you're no longer going to be this certain person anymore. This is now taking most of your time in your life, and it's going to kind of change how your life goes for, you know, some years. Yeah. It's going to be a rough year, and you know, it's kind of the calm before the storm right now, and even though it says calm in there, it doesn't feel that way. You know, the worst part so far for me has been when I wake up in the morning, because I'll wake up and I'll forget for a split second, maybe a couple minutes, that this is going on. And then, you know, my brain kind of wakes up and it hits me all at once again, like just like a huge wave that smacks me in the face. And that has been a really hard thing, you know, waking up and feeling like, oh, it's just a normal day and my life is just, you know, normal, and then I'm reminded that it's so not, and things are about to get, you know, really, really hard. You know, people have been putting words like survivor and warrior and fighter and stuff like that you hear, you know, because people, you want to stay positive, and they're, you know, trying to instill that into you when you're sick. But, you know, I'm not feeling like a warrior right now, you know? Like, don't get me wrong, I'm ready to, well, as ready as I can be to take this on. But it feels like I'm going into a gunfight with a knife, you know? It's just, what? No, this is right. Don't wondering what this is. My grandmother made this quilt. She passed away in 2003. I was very close with my grandparents. She passed away in 2003. My grandfather passed away in 2009. And she made this quilt, and I have been like coveting it lately because I miss them. It makes you miss people that you were really close to that aren't here right now. You know, it would be nice to have a little pat from her saying, "You got this, Shug." She always called Shug for sugar. Or my papa. Loved my papa. That was, he was my male father figure in my life. And he passed away in 2009. If you've ever seen my tattoo on my leg and it says Pauline, that's for my grandmother. My grandmother's name was Pauline Opal. My grandfather was Boyd Ishmael. He hated his name, so he went by V.I. Got my mom coming up tomorrow for the med port. And like I said, she's going to be with me and Jada during the chemo class. And her and Jada are going to take turns during my first chemo. All they've told me is that it takes all day. I asked for, like, you know, how long is it? Because I've had it, you know, my Remicade infusion, and when I don't speed it up, it can take 4 hours. So I'm like, you know, how many hours are you talking about? And they just keep telling me it takes all day. So I don't really know what that means. If anyone's interested, my mom she makes homemade breads and jams and jellies and marinades and rubs and cookies and all that good stuff. She sells them at Canton First Mondays and trade shows and stuff like that. Oh my God, my notes just right. And she will be up here. I got some orders in, but I mean, she makes like sour cream pound cakes, snickerdoodle, pumpkin, zucchini, banana, lemon, cranberry, strawberry, chocolate chip, and her breads are phenomenal. And she makes jalapeno strawberry jelly. She's got a habanero jelly. She has this pepper peach that I'm having her bring for me because I love marinating my chicken in it. So if you have anything, the loaves are $10, and then the jams and jellies, those differ. I do have a list of all the goodies that she has. So if you're in the area and you would like to purchase something from her, hit me up. She will be here with those kind of things Thursday of next week. Or Tuesday, I think, my chemo classes. But let me know, because I'm trying to drum her up some business. She drives all the way from Greenville, Texas. If you don't know where that is, it's on the other side of Dallas. So it's about a 3-hour drive here and back, sometimes just to sit in the waiting room while I'm getting tests, and then she drives home. So other than that, she's on Social Security, so I'm kind of trying to drum her up some business, because she needs to not have to lose money, you know, just because I'm going through cancer. You know, that's the kind of feeling you have. There's more crazy outpouring of love yesterday. There's a girl, I'm not sure if she's okay with me using her name. Her name is Amanda. You know, not someone that I've been super close with, but you know, we've been Facebook friends. I met her through Katie. She's a very sweet girl. And she moved to Austin, actually, when I moved back from Texas. If y'all remember when I lost my mind for a little bit, moved to Austin. And very sweet girl. I love following her on Facebook. Always very uplifting. And she had watched my video and seen that, you know, I talked about struggling with trying to figure out how I'm going to do my written blog, which is going to be more in detailed about my, you know, my actual life and stuff like that, because we have a desktop. And it's very hard for me to sit in the desk chair to be able to sit down and write for long periods of time because my body hurts. And we can't kind of figure out how to do it in the room because Jada's made me a pantry out of wine crates that she's going to put by the bed. We have a mini fridge in here, so that way everything's kind of at my disposal and within arm's reach while I'm going through this, and couldn't figure out how to incorporate the computer with that. And I'm not trying to blog on a phone. I mean, I get irritated enough with autocorrect that I can't do a blog on the phone. So she IM'd me, and she had a laptop that she had bought last year for her semester in high school. She's not in high school, college. She hadn't used since, and she's decided she's going to send it to me. And, I try to be as gracious as possible and letting people know how much it means to me. I am not going to cry. But like I said in my first vlog, it doesn't seem enough, It's like I want to make this list of everyone who's doing all these things for me so that when I get better, I can do whatever I can for them, even if they're not going through anything, just to give back that love. We had a guy and his wife that know my friend Teresa that do have a tattoo shop down in Houston. If y'all don't know, I have 7 tattoos. And he said that to let them know when I'm done, because my survival tattoo is going to be on them. It's indescribable to have so many people that you're not even aware if you've ever touched their lives or not, You never really know unless someone tells you if you've ever touched their life in any shape, way, or form. And to have people that you're barely really in contact with be so loving and so generous and selfless, it shows that there is still humanity in this world. I was talking about it last night when we were doing the live for cancer research. Cancer does not discriminate. I looked around the room in my oncologist's office, and there was older people. There was a young girl who kept making eye contact with me because we were the youngest 2 people in the room. It doesn't care if you're old. It doesn't care if you're young. It doesn't care if you lived healthy all your life and are vegan and exercise all the time, or if you eat junk food and you're overweight and you smoke and you drink whiskey every day. It doesn't care if you're rich, if you're poor, if you're black, if you're white, if you're Latina. It doesn't care what your upbringing was. It doesn't care if you're a Christian or an atheist. It doesn't Republican, Democrat. It doesn't care. It affects everyone. There is no discrimination. And in the outpouring of love and help and understanding of how hard this is, all of those lines get blurred as well, too. It's almost like you're just being seen as a person for the first time. I'm not being seen as a white woman. I'm not being seen as a gay woman. I'm not being seen. I'm more, I would say, agnostic, where I do believe in a higher power. I believe in a God. I believe he can be whatever name you want to call him. And I don't really believe in religion, per se. Because there's just too many things in the different religions that I don't agree with, if you can imagine. But I do believe in that higher power, and I'm not seen as an agnostic. I'm not seen as a mother. I'm seen as a person for the first time. It's sad that it takes something so horrible to start blurring those lines and just make it where it's just people showing compassion. I wish that could happen more without it being because of a diagnosis where you could die. I mean, I could die. Which is freaks me out. I have a phobia of death. But it's possible, you know. I don't have stage 4, no, but you can get infections, and we don't know how this is gonna, you know, go with treatment. And it's a reality. I'm a realist. It's a reality I have to have in the back of my mind so that I can get things ready, and just in case that, you know, happens for any reason. Don't look when you insider tip, don't look up survival rates for your particular type of cancer. Don't do it. It's a bad idea. I didn't touch on this in the last video, but I am HER2 positive. HER2 and estrogen positive, which means that this cancer is eating on to my estrogen, which makes it grow faster. Good thing about that, though, is that they have now a chemo that goes directly towards that type of cancer, which is why I'm doing chemo first. Bad news is it's very aggressive. And when you look up stuff on the internet, it's not very sunshiny. I was joking that I was going to delete my internet app off my phone. If you think WebMD is bad, start Googling your cancer diagnosis, and you'll see that WebMD, yeah, you might tell it you're, you know, coughing and it tells you have a brain tumor, but if you ever kind of research, it's scary as hell. So as soon as that laptop comes in, I'm still just, if you're watching this, I don't know how to thank you. It makes me feel less than that I can't find the words. But I will start blogging, and that's going to have more information about things I've actually gone through in life, and this will be more informational, and just letting people know, you know, who have illnesses and stuff, like I said last time, that you're not alone. These feelings don't make you crazy. Like right now, I'm terrified. You know, what happens after the cancer's gone and the surgery's done, the chemo's done, and, you know, I start having a pain somewhere? Am I going to constantly think that, you know, the cancer's back? How do you start differentiating? And then at the same time, I'm starting to get the mindset of, I'm pissed off because I feel like before this I'd had my fill of diseases. When you have autoimmune diseases, they tend to come in pairs. They like to add on more and more and more, and felt like I had met my quota, you know? Like, I should be good. I should be good for the rest of my life because of all this. But, you know, it doesn't work that way. Like I said, it doesn't discriminate. It doesn't care. The hashtag is for all this that I'm going to be going through, and you'll see a lot on my Facebook, is hashtag Fight with Red. If you hear us talk about Jacob, it's because that's what we named my tumor. My cat is named Cullen because he has the gold eyes. He's my ginger. He's actually sleeping. Let's see if we can get a picture of him without making you sick. He's sleeping. That's my Mr. Mance. His name is Cullen, after Edward Cullen, because yes, Twilight was at, you know, the height of its glory, and so we named it Jacob because Jacob's gonna die. We're Team Edward. Jacob's gonna die. The You Caring is still up. I feel awkward talking about it, but if you would like to donate, it is still up, and just keep sharing, because you never know by sharing who might donate. I have to say it. Like, I feel uncomfortable saying it because I'm the type of person that if I need money, then I go out and I make that money. And not being able to do that is infuriating. But the cost of this stuff is, and the hidden costs that you don't think about, it's just, whew. And with our 3 babies, we're a house full. We're a happy house, though. I have to say, I have a great family. The children love each other. We have a great time. Just fooling around in the kitchen. If you've ever seen, we have pictures, when we have bad days, like when we've made homemade donuts, just attacked each other with powdered sugar. Once we put a tarp down in the backyard and hosed it down with our water and kind of made our fake slip and slide and let the girls play, because we tried to turn those bad days around. So maybe we'll have some more of those videos, because I'll be taking y'all with me. Taking y'all with me to appointments, stuff like that. We'll have some guest stars, I guess you could say. This is also going to be going on YouTube. I'm going to make a YouTube channel where I can put this so that Facebook doesn't delete my stuff. Looking at you, Zuckerberg. But that's all I got for today, I really think. I'm in better spirits because help is coming with this appointment for my anxiety pills. Because they're definitely needed right now. And sleep. I hate sleep. I did get a nap yesterday. But last night I went to bed at 2:30, 3 o'clock. And then I was up by around 8:45, 9. And I'm up. Like I'm not sleepy. Nothing. So we're going to hope that changes, because I'm going to need all the rest I can get. But yeah. That's all I got for y'all today. Except for there will be a Tanya Henderson will be doing a Pearl Party in my name for a benefit, where some of the proceeds of 6 different hand-picked items that I have done, I picked them, will go towards us. And we're going to be shaving some heads. Not just mine. Which is crazy that people will shave their head with me. But yeah, people will be shaving their heads, and some fun stuff, and that'll be coming soon. That'll be out on August 12th, so be looking out for some invites for that. But I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna get ready for my appointment. Fun times. Anyway, love y'all. Thank you for listening, and I'll be back soon. Bye.